しよっしゃ OK。 いやー、ようやくメタルギアピースウォーカー翻訳の方が終わったので、まあね、使われてる英語自体はそんな難しくないんだけど、いかんせん量が多くてさ、特にラジオっていうかカセットテープがまあ最初の方だからしょうがないんだけど、すごいいっぱいあって大変だった。結構6時間くらいかかったんじゃないかな、まあ、全部翻訳するのに。もう8時間9時間くらいもやってんだ。結構やってんな。出た。なんかサイドオプスとかも含めたらもう全部で100個以上あるらしくて、そういうのまで全部やろうとしたら絶対終わらないから、もう本当にメインミッションに絞って、サイドミッションは余裕があったらいいな。まずどんどんメインミッションをね、進めていきましょう。やり込み要素がほんとすごくてさ、これ。サイドオプスも含めて全部やろうと思ったら多分相当時間かかるから、クリアするまで。っていうか、多分終わらない。こういうのまあオンライン要素はね、今はいいかなっていう。スタッフ。今確かコンバットユニット行かせてるんだよね、このアウターオプスってやつをね。今ディスパッチ中だね。ヘルプって何？俺今これプレステ4のコントローラー使ってっからこういう操作できないんだ。プレス3のコントローラーに変えた方がいいな。ちょっとプレス3のコントローラーに変えよう。完全にもう埃かぶってた。よし、ちょっとプレスのコントローラーでいこう。こういうのは別に。いや、本当オンライン要素が結構あるんだけど、コープの、ちょっとね、今頃、オンラインやったところで絶対人はもういないだろうから、やってるような人。マッチングしないだろうしね。とりあえずメインミッションをどんどん進めていきましょう。で、メインミッションが終われば一応終わりってことで、サイドオプスはまあ時間に余裕があったらっていう、もうないんだけど、っていう感じで。デリバリーって、これもオンライン要素だしね。R&D なんかあったっけ？ R&D は、武器とかもね、別に、これ今作ってるやつだから、特にいいかな。で、読んでなかったやつがあったよ、確かね。これの、戦車ね、あれ？確か読んでないよ。読んでない。朝ってなんかあんのかな。そしたらじゃあ行きますか。メインミッションね。いいよね、これ別に。 何も読んでないもんとかはなかった。久しぶりだから操作方法をちょっと思い出さないと。いや今日これから病院行かなきゃいけないからちょっとねあんまりちょっとこれミッション行く前になんか操作方法思い出そう。まあターゲットプラクティスとかはいいかなっていうね。正直これも全部やろうと思ったら本当に終わらないんだよ。メインミッションだけでも終わるかなっていうレベルなの。マックスメントなのこれ。あ、これはこれやらなくてフルトンターゲットデモリーション。ほー。いやーこういうのは難しいだろ絶対。これちょっと行ってみるかじゃあ。これでデスネターゲット。ちょっとここら辺をやりながらちょっと操作方法を思い出したい。C4 持ってった方がいい。
Let's get this mission started. Complete the mission and proceed to the Fulton recovery point so we can get you back alive and well. Good luck out there.
で、ブリーフィングファイルを読んで、なんかあんのかな ?C4 ってもう聞いたやつだね。お、なんかアマンダのやつ。
Sabotaging enemy bases is another principle of guerrilla warfare. You will need explosives for that. And naturally, once they detonate, the enemy will know you're there. So you need to make sure you have enough time to get to safety before they go off. Best to plan your escape route before you go and plant the explosives.
あ、ヒューイも増えたんだ。あ、絶対ヒューイのファイルいっぱい増えてるだろこれ。スカウトが増えたのか。
We've also confirmed that some of the enemies specialize in ambushes. Amanda's crew calls them scouts. They'll blend themselves in with the terrain and the vegetation. Then, when they see you, they'll swoop in. They fight pretty much like commandos, and will use clearing techniques to flush you out. In addition to wielding normal weapons, the scouts also carry wires.
Sounds like these guys know their CQC.
Could be. We've been getting reports of CQC attacks being blocked by wires. Stay alert.
となんか増えた。パス。
La CIA calls their new toy Peace Walker, eh?
Yeah. So?
It is an insult to us Nikos.
Because of the guy you were talking about. Walker?
Si. Although it happened over 100 years ago. Back then, the political parties in Nicaragua were at each other's throats. The Nicaraguan Democratic Party hired an American mercenary to help counter their enemies, the Conservative Party.
And that was Walker.
After taking care of the conservatives, Walker decided to seize power in Nicaragua for himself, eventually making himself president.
The Democratic Party gave him an inch, and he took the whole country.
But it did not end there. Not only did he make English an official language, he tried to reintroduce slavery. Walker's goal was to build a Caribbean empire, centered on the American South.
Caribbean Empire? Sounds kind of like what Coldman is trying to pull off.
The gringos are always like that. They invent some convenient excuse to trample all over foreign countries like they own the place. Peace Walker, ha!
What happened to Walker, in the end?
A united Central American army led by Costa Rica kicked his ass and sent him running back to America.
Then why don't we do the same? I, for one, don't intend to let Coldman get his way.
Good idea. I'm glad we have you, boss.
いや本当にこういうカセットテープがすごいいっぱいあるからさ大変なんだよね翻訳するの。すんごいいっぱいあるよね。
Chico, you know much about Cloud Forest?
Not that much. All I know is there's a world of difference between a rainy rainforest and a foggy cloud forest. But they have some things in common. Like, for instance, you gotta watch out for poison dart frogs. Both rain and cloud forests have high humidity, so they're perfect environments for frogs and other amphibians. I mean, it's not like just touching a strawberry poisoned dart frog or a dying dart frog is going to kill you, but don't eat them, no matter how hungry you get.
I can get all the rations I need from Mother Base. No jungle food for me this time.
Seriously? You're not disappointed you don't get to eat wild animals?
What do you think I am?
Just kidding. In Colombia, though, there's a frog, the golden dart frog, that's lethal to the touch.
How do you know all this?
Come on. Don't you think poisonous animals are cool?
Not if you get poisoned by one.
Well, obviously. One more thing. When you get to the forest, be on the lookout for Bigfoot.
I think I'll be okay there.
また増えた。どんどん増えていくんだよね、こうやって。
Bigfoot is an ape man that lives in the Rocky Mountains. In the local Indian language, he's known as Sasquatch. And get this, he's over 3 vara. Can you believe that?
So he's kinda like a gorilla?
Completely different. Even the biggest gorillas only get to about 2 vara, and they walk on their knuckles. Bigfoot's big, and he walks on 2 feet, like people.
So he's more man than ape.
Probably. His ancestors must have split off from humans at some point. Like before they started using tools and stuff.
Yeah, but aren't the Rockies kind of far away from here?
Not that far. According to Darwin, humans came all the way over here from Africa. Plus, there have been sightings in Venezuela of an ape man called Mono Grande. Costa Rica has tons of plant and animal species. So I'd expect there to be at least one kind of ape man.
At least. Gotta admit, I've never heard of Mono Grande.
Yeah, he's not as famous as Bigfoot. He's similar, but he lives in Venezuela. He's not that big, less than 2 vara, but he's way more ferocious than Bigfoot. Huh. I wonder just how mean he is. Like when he catches his prey, does he punch it to death?
That's the law of the wild. You catch your prey, you kill it, and you eat it.
Yeah, but punching is way more ferocious than biting.
Well, maybe it seems that way because that's what humans do. You really love UMAs, don't you, Chico?
Do you know what I think? I think UMAs should be dangerous. Otherwise, where's the fun in hunting them?
ほとんどチコのラジオっていうカセットテープの話がもう UMA だけだよ。うわー、やっぱりこういう感じだよね。うわー、ちょっと今日やっぱりないやー、ほんとメタルギアもなんか圧倒的にプレイしてる時間、なんか実際にプレイしてる時間が 15% くらいで、残りのもう 85% くらいはずっとほとんどラジオカセットを聞いてる気がする、時間的に。いやー、これ全部。しかもどんどん増えていくもんね、これ。マジかっていう感じ。とりあえず聞けるところまでは聞くか、全部聞くのは無理だな。てか今日も多分これ進められないな。ラジオ聞くだけで終わってしまいそう。
Doc, I'm starting to sense your feelings about nukes are a little different from your colleagues.
How do you mean?
Your little chat with Coldman back there.
I told you my father worked on the Manhattan Project, right? You're familiar with it?
The basics, yeah. It was the project that kicked off the nuclear age.
That's right. Some of the finest minds of the 20th century, including multiple Nobel Prize winners, worked on it. They spent over $2 billion, and that's in 1940s money. It culminated in the successful nuclear test at Alamogordo on July 16th, 1945.
And the first use in combat a few weeks later. Doc?
I can't walk.
What?
My spine isn't shaped like everybody else's. I can't move my lower body, so I've never taken a single step, not since I was born.
What's that got to do with your dad being in the Manhattan Project?
As a result of his research, my father was exposed to high doses of radiation. It can't be a coincidence that my chromosomes are messed up. That's why I didn't want for these nukes to be another sword of Damocles. I wanted to give them a real purpose, to be a deterrent against war.
Doc.
And Coldman, we have to stop him. Whatever it takes.
やっぱりこういうね、キャラのいきさつとか、世界観とかバックグラウンドとかね、やっぱりちゃんと聞かないと見えてこないもんね。
August 6th, 1945, Hiroshima. August 9, Nagasaki.
The atom bomb attacks on Japan.
My father was married to his work. I don't have a single memory of going places or doing stuff with him on weekends. But even as a kid, I knew on some level that it was for his family. I respected him. My mother used to tell me all the time, "Your father is a brilliant scientist. He saved countless American boys from death. You should be proud of him."
Yeah. You could say the war ended because of those bombs.
When I was in the 5th grade, a Japanese student transferred to our class. She showed me photos of Hiroshima after the bomb. I couldn't believe my eyes. A city of over 350,000 people reduced to a scorch mark on the ground by a single atomic bomb. Houses blown off their foundations, burned to ashes. The only things left standing were the skeletons of steel-framed buildings. And it wasn't just the buildings. Blackened corpses on the side of the road. Survivors covered head to toe in severe burns. Within a few months, over 70,000 had died in Nagasaki, twice that in Hiroshima. For years after that, I couldn't talk to my father. Couldn't even stand to look at his face.
I know how you feel, Doc. But your father's your father.
If he hadn't worked on that project, my body wouldn't be like this. I could be researching something else. I could have lived a normal life. It wasn't so long ago the world stood on the brink of nuclear war.
Just over on the other side of the Caribbean.
I was 17 at the time. I'd skipped a few grades and was a sophomore at MIT. I remember feeling kind of apathetic about the news that came in every day. It seemed clear to me that as long as they had a grasp of the concept of nuclear deterrence, there was nothing to fear.
Either that, or they were fanning that fear on purpose.
As a way to secure a bigger defense budget? Huh. I can see that. But if that was their plan, it kind of backfired.
Because it ushered in the era of détente between East and West.
Coldman's really gonna do it this time. Once the nuclear genie is out of the bottle, the yoke of deterrence is going to be meaningless. People will die. Cities will burn. We have to stop him now before it's too late to turn back.
やば、なんかずっとね、耳鳴りがしてんだよ。なんか空気が入ったり抜けたりするような、ポコポコポコポコするような。やっぱ今日ちゃんと病院行った方がいいな。なんか耳がね、おかしい。いつかもうやめよう。やっぱやめた方がいいな、今日一回。あ、でもこれセーブされないもんな。あ、セーブできんのか。ちょっと待って。ダメだ、ちょっとこれ、病院行って。なんかね、もう、集中できないよね。ずっと耳がね、右耳の、奥の方でなんかポコポコポコポコ耳鳴りがしてんだよね。ダメだ。やっぱちょっと今日は一回やめよう。これから病院行ったりいろいろやらなきゃいけないことがいっぱいあるし、ちょっと今日は、やっぱやめたらいいや。なんか全然進まないな。カセットテープばっかりで。ほとんど今んとこカセットテープしか聞いてないような気がする。それでもう9時間くらいやってんだもんね。